Yeah, yeah. There's a price on my head. I've been running for 2 years. Clearly I should be dead. It's a wonder that I'm here. I hide up underneath the cloud. And when we're lying in bed, sometimes I choke on my own tears. I'm not worth my weight in lead. And you're the queen of the reindeer. I could just sit for hours to watch you twirling on your axis amid the tubas and the saxes. So would you wake me where I lay, and we won't go back the way we came, but join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. No, we won't go back there. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'm an ass and I light things on fire. It's usually 'cause I'm hot, or I'm hungry, or I'm tired. But anytime I look into your eyes, well, I'm certainly twice the size. Oh. Ooh. price on my head. I've been running for 2 years. Clearly I should be dead. It's a wonder that I'm here. I hide up underneath the cloud. And when we're lying in bed, sometimes I choke on my own tears. I'm not worth my weight in lead, and you're the queen of the reindeer. I could just sit for hours to watch you twirling on your axis amid the tubas and the saxes. So won't you wake me where I lay, and we won't go back the way we came, but join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. No, we won't go back there.
I do what I want.
Oh, we have bars. I see bars. Do we have bars?
Did you see me click on anything?
I saw you click on several things.
I literally clicked on nothing, and suddenly we have bars. Anyway.
Can you hear Walker's complaints now?
Yes.
Matthew, how are you doing?
Excellent. Now there's sound. So, we are going to be playing Unsettled today. I am your co-host, Mark Bigney. With us is Jimbo, the third member of the two-man team. And, yes. I have good news and bad news. The good news is that the galaxy is a wonderful and exciting place. The bad news is that it often wants to kill us. And we went through a wormhole unexpectedly, and as a result, everyone on the ship is dead except for us and Luna. Luna is still with us. She is here to help us.
Thank goodness.
We have crash landed on Lenora, which allow me to read you the travelogue.
The woman from the Edgar Allan Poe poem?
No, that would be Lenora.
Lenore. It was Lenore.
It was Lenore.
Oh, Lenore.
Nevermore. The travelogue of Lenora is icky, sticky, beautiful. When we left Earth in search of bizarre, wondrous new worlds, this is exactly what we imagined. The circumstances are a bit more catastrophically on the verge of death than anticipated, but awe in the face of uncertainty is the essence of exploration. Strange gargantuan fungal formations tower above us, swarming with alien creatures and dripping with bright liquids. Surfaces are covered in a mysterious powdery substance. The air is thick, almost gelatinous, and there's an uncomfortable abundance of toxic-looking tendrils and suction cups. It could not be more alien. It took almost an hour of low-orbit scanning just to find a place to land, so dense is the fungal vegetation. With a world this full, it's impossible to imagine we won't find the things we need to survive. Whether those things kill us is another question entirely. Let's go touch stuff.
Can we lick stuff too?
Sure.
No taking your helmet off. We've discussed this.
So, Lenora is covered in toxic spores. And so, whenever you start your turn on the planet, we start on the actual ship.
Right.
Whenever you start your turn on the planet, it is going to spawn toxic spores. Sorry, my apologies. Whenever you leave a place on the planet, you disturb toxic spores. Now, this could be through any number of movement abilities or what have you, but it's triggered by leaving. Anybody else, yourself included, who starts their turn on a node with toxic spores will become infected.
Yeah.
This is a good news, bad news situation, though, because if you get infected twice, you develop hallucinations, which the game encourages us to get. Because then you become a fungal host. You're effectively going native in a very serious way. And what better way to understand the local fungus and the local flora and fauna than to,
Than to play host to an invasive life form?
Well, invasive is... Aren't we the invasive life form, Jimbo? What kind of explorer are you?
When in fungal Rome.
Absolutely.
I don't like it.
So this is the advice offered to us by the travelogue. Resist conservative urges. This is life or death time. You're going to have to take some risks. Time is a resource, but use it wisely, but use it. Discoveries can be useful, but if grinding them into paste helps deal with a setback, do it. Endlessly saving up resources to placate a desperate desire to maximize efficiency is a ticket to less fun and lower survival rates. Live boldly. See, this is generally good life advice.
I agree.
Yeah. The workshop, research hut, and lab are very useful. Spend the time to construct them. These are the buildings up here. Seek opportunities. It is natural to feel hesitant about stepping into the unknown, Jimbo. Sometimes something is waiting to bite you, Jimbo. But seeking opportunities is essential to your survival. Don't just wander around letting things happen to you. Investigate as often as possible to find discoveries with powerful anomalies, gain insight, and expand your options with scientific breakthroughs. Finally, work together. You're not alone out there. Use your breakthroughs and leverage your discoveries and anomalies on other explorers' turns to help them achieve their goal of continuing to be not dead. Final tip. Do not forget to place a spore cloud when you leave a node. Now, those are the general rules for Lenora. And indeed, listeners, I'm not going to give a full rules explanation because I've already given the full explanation. Long story short, we don't know what we need to do to survive, and we have these focus dice that can trigger various actions in order to do that. But we'll give a little bit of narration about what we're doing thematically, at least, because Unsettled seeks to be, and I'm going to try as much as possible to meet it more than halfway, seeks to be primarily a theme-driven enterprise.
Oh, cool.
In terms of selling us this environment, of imagining what it is to be surrounded with this amount of fungal life. And that's one of the reasons why they emphasize, again, over and over in the rulebook, they're all about, don't worry about getting these hallucinations, don't worry about getting infected. I mean, don't get infected for no reason, but becoming a fungal host is, part and parcel of the local flora and fauna. And what are we here if not to be tourists? This is basically Lundy's Lane on a cosmic scale, except that we might die. Actually, you can die. You can probably die in Lundy's Lane. That Ripley's Believe It or Not Wax Museum looks a little sketchy. All right. We're going to be doing Survival Task B. Every planet, of which there are 6 in the first Kickstarter season, has 3 survival tasks. I have already done Survival Task 1 for Renora, Survival Task A. So I know a little bit about what Renora has to offer, but I don't know what Survival Task B asks of us. So the title is Alien Protozoans. Wow, we said. A fungally, jungly planet. It must be absolutely bursting with bizarre and wondrous alien life forms. And it totally was. Thus our terrible respiratory infections. Whatever we hope to find down here doesn't matter anymore. All our focus is on developing medicinal inhalants to combat whatever's happening inside us. Luna keeps sending us medical reports. We keep archiving them unread. Tell us after it's all better, Luna. Here's what we know. The spore clouds are hosted by a vigorous type of alien protozoan. They show little regard for personal protective gear, and our pores are plenty big enough for them to infiltrate. That's about it. As much as we'd love to flee this place so we can finally have that big cry we've been storing up, we fear we'll never discover the cure if we aren't here, all sticky, studying these things in their native environment. We're going to need a fresh infection, and fine to let Luna take a close look. Let's make it fast. Setup. Place the specific nodes as shown, then randomly place the remaining environment face down as shown, all oriented in the same direction. So, we have the cards associated with the planet, which is to say the environment cards over there. We need the two swampy quagmires from that deck walker, and the rest will need to be shuffled face down. And we're going to set them up into a grid. Thank you. Swampy quagmire.
I move that we save the big cry until the stream is over.
Well, the good news is we might be dead, and therefore not have to embarrass ourselves with such.
That's fair.
Such tears.
Would that be it? Doesn't say Swampy Quagmire.
Yes, it does. It says Swampy Quagmire.
That one, oh, I mean, but I don't have another one of those.
You do not have another Swampy Quagmire.
I do not.
All right. Well,
Want to take a look through the Jimbo? Make sure I didn't miss it.
everyone start looking for Swampy Quagmires. Like this one. It looks just like this one.
That one right there?
That one right here. This is the Swampy Quagmire we were looking for. So this joins the rest of the environment cards. Shuffle them face down, and what we want is a grid that is 3x5, where this is the second one. So we need 1, 2, 3, and then keep going over. So we need a little bit more room. Yeah. Precisely. Nope. 1, 2, 3, and then keep going until we're 5 over. So this is the third in the grid, just so. All right. Stay alive objective. We need to figure out what we're dealing with so we can figure out how not to have to deal with it. Researching spores. Construct the research hut on any open build site. Open build sites, we don't have any yet because you cannot build a research hut in a Swampy Quagmire. Everyone knows that. Then use Luna to perform an analysis on an infected explorer there. The infected explorer can be you, but it doesn't have to be.
So, where do we find an infected explorer? Is that going to be in this space or?
No, that's us, Walker. We're the infected explorers.
But we're not infected yet, right? Right?
Now, in order to do this, we need all in the same space, an infected explorer, Luna, robotics knowledge, chemistry knowledge. Somewhere the research hut has to have been built, and we need 3 bits of data.
So in that case, Walker, turn yours to green because we need chemistry knowledge and robotics knowledge. And although engineering knowledge would be good, we don't need it per se.
We don't need it right away. Yeah, so away we go. We are encouraged to choose a truly bizarre means of choosing a star player.
Me first.
Walker will be beginning.
I take this die and I slot it into my commander slot. And then this forces Jimbo to rotate his to green.
Okay, done.
And then he gets to advance it 3 spaces.
2, 3.
So that's almost all we need for a chemistry breakthrough.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
we now get a little bit of distrust.
I've been saying this for years. Walker is a bully. So now what we do is we flip all our abilities to the black side. This may change what they are. So listeners, all of us start with a special ability. When we trust each other, it modifies one kind of action. When we don't trust each other, it might modify a different kind of action. But in any case, they're still fun special abilities.
There's the one that I just did. And then it flipped to this one, which we cannot use at the moment. Because
Why not?
there is not an opportunity on another explorer's node.
It's true. In fact, nobody's on a node that could reveal an opportunity. But that might change.
That is my one action.
No.
No,
You
so
do all your actions.
You
I do
move,
all my
you set
actions.
all 3 of you
Well,
in
I'm
any order.
Not 100% ready then. Give me one moment, then I want
Well,
to...
Commander doesn't belong there anymore. So the die you... Oh, they're both on Theorize.
Theorize... No, it goes to investigate. My bad.
Okay,
Investigate.
so where was it before? There we go.
Alright. No one has a distress yet.
Nope. Don't worry, that'll change.
But I just wanted to increase the thing back to where it was.
I mean, you don't have...
I'll take my rest that I have to now.
Okay, that advances time.
And then I will... Might as well start moving, I guess, right?
Yeah. You could traverse and take someone with you. You can explore with Luna first to see what's what.
True. That's over.
So set 3 focus is one action. Does that mean you have to do all of your focus actions before you can do any?
No. All of this is... Notice it says at the top in any order.
Yes, but my concern was that this is one thing.
No, you do any of it in any order.
Thank you.
The turn structure is maximally permissive.
I will move Luna.
Okay.
Where does the die go for that?
It doesn't cost a die.
Oh, it does.
Notice it is not under the set 3 focus.
Oh, I see.
Moving Luna and scanning with Luna do not cost dice.
Ah. I will move Luna.
I told you she was helpful.
Let's go down this way.
Okay, flip over the card. There's no build site, but it does have its own action, which is Find Respite, which is just allows you to take up a die. And notice there are no icons here, which means you can go south with no additional opportunity cost. But then if we want to move over, this connection is particularly brutal. It's 3 times, but we do get an insight.
What did we find?
We found an
An Anthrozoic forest.
Cool.
Does it? And you have to keep the orientation.
Yes.
You keep the orientation.
You're not allowed to rotate anything.
So I get to move for free,
Sure.
Yep.
and then I might as well throw this die there, and it ticks up.
That is correct.
Okay. There's no reason not to scan the
I was about to say it. I was about to ask.
And we need blue. We don't need green. So I would encourage you to.
I roll this
We add 1 data to the tile.
to the tile.
Yep.
Like so.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Your turn's done. Take your dice back. Don't change the orientation of any of them. Jimbo, you're up.
Okay. Well, I want to gain. So it's not when it gains here. It's when it would.
It's when it takes over. Yeah.
Okay. So. And does it have to be the matching color?
Nope.
No, it's just.
No. Insight is insight.
That's
Awesome.
a free action. I'm switching this to red.
Okay.
So I'm going to set blue in rest. That costs a time.
Yes, it does.
And then I was going to move south. Mark, do you want to come with me?
With the traverse.
Yes, with a traverse.
Why are we all going south?
Mostly just because I figured it was easy, and then I could start sending Luna to the side. Or would you?
That's fair. We don't really need to discover anything other than a build site at this
Okay.
particular juncture. Notice, by the way, as we can see in the Swampy Quagmire, if you are a fungal host, a variety of things happen. This, for example, gives you lots of goodies when you're a fungal host and you enter the Swampy Quagmire.
You get to tick up 2 dice and. Get
So in that
yes,
case, if
2
I were to say
insight.
go this way, would you like to come with me so that you have access to more of the map to explore?
Yeah, sure. I mean, honestly, you're kind of selling me on the south end. The problem is if we go here, we don't know what's on that edge.
Yeah, that was part of the part. Is
I'm
that
just giving you a hard time.
And do double pay because 2 people are going.
No,
across?
only the active
because
player.
you're doing
only the active
because you're
player
doing a
plays it.
traverse.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, it makes even more sense if we go here, because then only I take it, and
Sure.
you miss. You don't.
Whatever makes you happy.
So traverse. I take it down.
You get an insight.
I get an insight, and then I move to here.
It is a monolithic spore pillars.
And it's a build site.
It's a build site, and you get an insight.
Woo!
For 1 second.
So this goes here. So
This
then I
way.
gain.
Oh, the glare, the glare.
This is why sleeves kill people.
So this is what a site looks like. You can see on the 4 sides there are travel costs. So depending on where the tile ends up, you might have to pay certain things. This is the build site, and the circle is...
The circles is a place for miscellaneous tokens to go.
Gotcha.
Pay no attention to these tentacles off to the side.
So does this automatically go back now?
Yes, at any color you wish.
Okay. And the other one we needed was robotics. And do I take one of these
Yes,
now?
you immediately achieve a chemistry breakthrough.
Ingest pearlescent slurry. An explorer currently within one node may ignore time symbols on node edges for the remainder of this turn.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's awesome.
Oh, but it costs.
It
The
costs a
materials?
material, yeah.
Okay.
Most breakthroughs cost something matching the color. So green breakthroughs, generally speaking, cost materials. Blue breakthroughs, generally speaking, cost data. You get the idea.
Gotcha. All right.
Walker has given me a defective water glass for reasons passing understanding.
So Okay. We would need things to be able to build. We would need. No, do we need anything to be able to build the?
No, I mean it costs time unless one of us has the specialism.
And I
But
have-
we need the specialism anyway to use the building for the advancement.
Yeah.
You can build a lab, sure, but if you build the lab, then we're gonna have to find another build site for the research hut, which is not necessarily the end of the world.
Do we
but
only need the research hut?
yes,
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'll hold off on that.
You still haven't done anything with Luna, and you still haven't done your free move.
Yes. Do I count as being a local explorer?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, in that case, I am going to theorize. I activate a breakthrough of a local explorer at no resource cost, ignoring the once per turn limit, and I ingest an imaginary pearlescent flurry. An explorer currently within one node, me, may ignore time symbols on node edges for the remainder of this turn.
Okay.
Unless, if I give it to you, you could move twice, couldn't you? And ignore all the time symbols. Yeah, drink this slurry.
And no time symbols on node edges for the remainder of this turn. Yeah, but I can't move this turn.
It's like it's your turn. It means.
Oh, just this. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll use it on myself. And then I will do my regular move
You are green.
over here. And I will find a viscous egg pool.
Gross. So you get another insight. And you have found another build site. And in the process of leaving, you have kicked up a spore cloud.
Oh, that's right.
Should there be 3 spore clouds in here?
Not the ship.
No.
Okay.
The ship, fortunately, is still a sealed environment.
So, what kind of action is it for me to slap down the build laboratory?
It is the action indicated on the die. You must either have
So I need to die. I've already spent my
Yeah.
dice. Okay.
Yeah, you can build a lab later if you want.
So I have moved. I have set my focus. I will move Luna this way.
Sure. It's a place I can go, and it's
Electromagnetic polyspore.
polypore.
Maze.
Yeah, a polypore is a group of polyamorous maze entities related to a cuddle puddle.
And then
These are all technical terms. I'm a scientist.
Gotcha.
Note also that if you're a fungal host and you enter there, you immediately charge 2 power.
Nice. Then Luna will scan, and since we need data, we'll scan with the data die.
If you
Luna, find some data.
So 3 data shows up where Luna is.
3 data.
I'll note that we do need data for the mission condition. We also need green for this. But,
Yes,
well, need. And you're done?
I'm done.
All right, take your dice back. Okay, I start my turn where there is a fungal spore, so I get distressed. I will infect recover. We lose trust, so we have to tick down 2 dice. Walker, you're swimming in die value, so I think you should take one of them. I can take the other, I suppose. You know what? You were the one who made us distrustful in the first place.
Oi.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, now after taking both of them, you're just as bad off as everyone else. So,
Yeah.
this seems like justice to me.
It does. It
Okay.
totally makes my turn. Anyway, okay.
I'm going to theorize. I am going to get an insight for myself, and I will give an insult to Walker.
Insult.
No, insight. Insult is the different thing that I do all the time. I'm going to investigate where we are. So I take that down. I get another insight because I used a green die. So let's see what's going on here in the monolithic spore pillars. There is a tendril transport. Mycelial tendrils burst from the ground and gathering nutrients and enveloping your suit. You find yourself somewhere else, knee-deep in a glowing pool of viscous goo, surrounded by egg-like spheres. And then you're back. Your mind reeling, you see more tendrils popping up nearby. Immediately, Active Explorer, one at a time, roll each of your focus until the result shows a quantity, returning each to its current placement.
Fascinating.
Okay. So Theorize stays as it was. Green stays as it was.
Is time a quantity?
3, 2, 1 are time.
Ah.
And the red die goes up to 3. Woo! Now, it's unlocked an additional action there. Have you noticed this is a subtle marker. You might miss it, but that's what we use to indicate that there's an opportunity there.
Opportunity. What if we reveal another opportunity? What happens then?
Then we use the big fat blue one.
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
what we got. If we want a third, we can abandon opportunities.
Gotcha.
So I can use the tendril portal to obtain an egg. Maybe I'll do that later when my blue is up to snuff. Besides, I have to now use. Oh crap! I have to use the the red die here. It ticks up to no effect. And then we lose a time, and Jimbo, tick up one of your dice if you don't mind.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to move Luna over here. She has discovered the Field of Hover Blossoms.
Ooh.
And since we've got a lot of blue on the board, I'm going to have her scan for green. 2 green on the Field of Hover Blossoms.
These are what are the polymers? What are rare polymers?
What are you...
Here, when entering, if you possess rare polymers, +2.
Oh, it will be a specific thing.
Oh, it is
sorry,
a
that doesn't.
specific?
Sorry, that doesn't cover off a key off a fungal host. It keys off of something else. Now, part of me, if I stay here, I'm going to get a hallucination. That's probably not for the best.
Embrace the planet, Mark. Embrace it.
Well, but now we're close to being able to build.
Now, does she not kick up spores?
No,
Or, all right.
she's a little hoverbot. She doesn't kick up
Oh,
spores.
okay.
So we've already got the green. We need to get to blue. Well, if you're telling me I should go get hallucination.
I'm not telling you anything. The other question I have is how do we have these, or do we actually have
No,
there's an
I
action?
covered this. There's an
It's
action.
this, that's what I
yeah.
thought. I wasn't sure if that's what so this means take it off the board where you are,
Yes.
and add it to these.
Which is our common supply. Can be
Gotcha.
accessed by anybody wherever they happen to be.
All right.
If you're telling me not to move, then... Well, actually, there's no reason for me not to move over here, because then I get another insight.
Yes.
Hashtag commands, exactly. All right.
And I'm done. I take my dice off.
All right, well, I'm going to do this first. And because it's red, first of all, it ticks up. And because it's red, it gets me some
Are you sure it ticks up or
insight.
knocked down?
It is.
Oh, it
up.
ticks up? Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
it's all. Now I get to reveal opportunity on another explorer's node. Who would like another opportunity?
Well, it's going to be in the same node either way.
It is, because you moved.
Yeah.
So opportunity in this node is... Is it too glary to
Green
read?
glow frogs.
Before you sit dozens of small amphibious creatures, half submerged in a colorful pool. They are perfectly still, perfectly silent. They stare, unblinking. Then the screams begin. Immediately, each local explorer gets 2 die upticks.
There you go. See, I did stuff. I did things. Glow frogs.
And the action, we can grab hold of glow frogs, grab hold of a specimen.
Oh, they are adorable. Will it show up? No, a little bit.
They are awfully cute. They are screaming.
Yes. I'm a little disturbed by the screaming. I'm not gonna lie.
Lovely frogs. They're just such a lovely.
So you take this action, and if it's with a blue die,
You gain an insight, and
you take this.
you'll take that, and you'll discover an anomaly because we'll figure out something about what the glow frogs do.
And does that give you yet another insight because
Yes,
of this
it
symbol?
looks like it.
Yes.
All right, and then maybe there'll be a thing that says
And one
if,
of them,
if
yeah.
you have the glow frogs, then you can make frog leg stew.
You monster.
Actually, I mean, I'd be willing to kill them just to shut them up, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you on that one.
Then
It's strange how the suit's filters won't cut it out.
if that goes there, ticks down to 1. But
I actually switched my internal speakers to Norwegian death metal just to drown them out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
does this somehow make this into 2?
No.
Because it's +1.
It would allow you to pick up an extra one.
I see.
I mean, which
And
you could
then-
do if you were over here, if you wanted to move.
And this, you're probably
Depends on where you wanna
makes
be.
more sense. So yes, so this will go here, and 2 will go into there, and I will be into here, and this will be here, and this has to go here, right? You said you have to put one.
Every
must
turn,
rest.
you must rest.
And this ticks up, and that is all 3 of my
Luna
dice.
can move and scan. We don't keeping her in the. Remember, when we do our magical thing, she's going to have to be where the research head is, which is probably in this corner of the map anyway.
True. Well, I'll move her up towards this corner in case you guys want to use her.
Cool.
Up there.
And no reason. There's never a reason not to scan.
Moved. We want some more blue where I am, so I could take that again. Technically,
It's not going to be where you are. It's going to be where Luna is.
Oh. Okay. Where Luna is. 3.
Take your dice back. Jimbo.
And we need to perform.
I am 2 insight shy of getting.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how I can give you more.
Well, I can do it just by grabbing a viscous. Well, I could get it by getting the glow frogs.
Oh, right, that's right. Because that's where we are.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'll leave.
I can grab a glow frog.
I'll leave the glow frogs for you. On the other hand, I'd really like it if we stop
card. Agreed.
hitting distrust with each other.
So if you supported me and
Yeah.
you cleared my infection,
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, they did say hallucinations were good.
well, okay. There are a couple things to keep in mind. Number one of us has to be infected to complete this,
Right.
and we're actually pretty damn close to this.
Okay.
And it'll probably happen here.
Right.
Number two, yeah, the game says hallucinations promise to be interesting, not necessarily good. It's
Right.
tough to tell. I don't know. It depends on how much you want to poke the unknown. How much do you want to poke the unknown?
I mean, I'm a terrible explorer. I'm super conservative.
Take the entire stack if you want, but
We have to do all of these. This is just the first part.
this is page 1.
I was going to say, is this going to be that over? This is what we're trying to do in case it wasn't
we
clear.
have to perform upsetting analysis. It's pretty straightforward.
But you have to be infected.
Somebody has to be infected.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're already one step infected. So.
Yeah. So I know, but I am infected. I am satisfying that condition.
I see. Okay.
If you treat me, which is not necessarily, I mean, it's tough to tell.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to support.
Okay.
So I treat you, and I punt up the trust.
I am no longer infected.
So now we all flip our things back to
White.
the other side, the trusting side.
Yes.
Then, because I'm basically just going to kick up a cloud of spores anyway. When I leave this. When I leave this.
Sure.
So what do we need the blue thing? So
I'll be able to build the blue thing.
We need the research hut, and we need more cubes.
This is a great tile, by the way. It has like all the sticky, gross eggs, sort of like bobbing in the water, and then these screaming glow frogs.
Well, the viscous eggs are actually over here.
No, viscous egg pools.
Yeah, well, they're viscous egg pools, but this has the tendril transport and the viscous. There are viscous eggs everywhere, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. All right.
I mean, they're viscous. They're hard to keep in one area. Cool. We are well dated.
So then
The last one has to be to rest. Time advances.
and
You
then
can still do your Luna stuff.
my free move.
Do you want Luna to find out what's there first?
Actually, it's probably a good call.
Is that what she sounds like?
It is a crystalline forest with another build location.
Oh, well, look at that.
And I mean, she may as well pass me the green die, because there's no reason for her not to find some materials.
My recommendation would be to, walk over here. You get a free insight. You kick up the spore cloud that we need anyway.
Yeah. Why would I gain a free insight? Oh, because of that cross.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gaining
Because
insight.
I mean, look at all this stuff to look at. It's impossible not to learn while you're walking from the viscous egg pools into the monolithic spore pillars.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's fair. I see what you're saying.
Have you ever done that without learning something?
No, I can't say as I have.
There you go. QED.
Scan. I've moved Luna. I don't have the thing to ingest pearlescent slurry, so done.
Okay. So at the top of the turn, I get infected.
Yep.
Everyone flips to black again.
It was short-lived.
Yeah, well, no, but Jimbo was right. It was a good idea to tread water in that way. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Jimbo being gone means we can only do it next round. Right, because we need his... Oh, well, I get a free move, so I can build it over here. That's fine. Do I want to grab the viscous egg, or do I want to grab the screaming frogs?
Screaming frogs with a blue die gets you 2 insight.
Well, it's going to be with a blue die regardless. It's always going to be 2 insight.
The screaming frogs only cost you 1 down tick, whereas the egg costs you 2.
Oh, well then that's a good reason. I guess I'll grab some screaming frogs. So I get an anomaly with some screaming grow frogs. I am now a fungal host. If somebody nearby has chemical knowledge, I can absorb pearlescence. I can discard it to remove 1 spore cloud from your node and/or 1 from an adjacent node.
That's
So
pretty
apparently
cool.
the glow frogs feed off of spore clouds.
Cool.
Okay, I'm then going to walk over here.
So
Oh wait, that gave me 2 insight. I already got the, and then I got a 3rd insight.
So we kick up another spore cloud?
No, there's only 1.
Okay.
1 per. I get a robotics breakthrough. Thank you. Get Luna's encyclopedic evaluation. An explorer on Luna's node gains 2 insight for 1 data.
Neat.
Well, that definitely means we want Luna closer. Oh, Luna has to be in the node in order to do the scan anyway, so someone else is going to have to run the scan, like someone like Walker. But I will build yonder research hut. And
Because you've got the blue.
because I have robotics knowledge, it does not cost any time, but the die ticks down. And then with my remaining die, I will rest, because I'm a good leader. Time advances, which causes all of us to lose 1 point of endurance. And another explorer gets to tick up a die, which is going to be Walker.
Oh, make everything nice and even.
Then I have I will have Luna scan for materials where she is. 1 material, and do we want to get rid of these spore clouds so we don't get more infections? Why not?
Seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah, I mean it seems like a waste to not be a fungal host for longer, but we're both sitting here. No, there's only
Oh, only ever 1?
only ever 1. It's almost like I said that.
You probably did. I just thought it was every time someone moved, you added another.
Nope.
Maybe it got worse.
Yeah, as much as I like being a fungal host, I'm going to discard Absorb Pearlescence and the glow frogs. And the glow frogs are going to go to a farm up state where they become fat and happy, having consumed all their spores. Now, just as a note, we have actually, since we have an extra data. Yeah. Okay, so there's 2 things we can do with data now. One of them is we can spend a data once per turn to gain 2 insight for someone who's on Luna's node. And another thing we can do infinitely is we can spend data for insight generally because of the effect of the building.
And we need 3 for that, though.
And the 3rd die is... Yeah, we do need 3 for that. The 3rd die comes back to me. And that is the end of my turn. Oh, and the glow frogs are gone, so this is off.
All right. So,
I, for one, am extremely glad that screaming has stopped.
are we not doing this now? Is this something I'm doing on my turn?
Oh yeah, you're up, man.
So I'm moving here.
Yep.
Then I am putting a die on that. We're ready.
Yep.
It has to be. Is there advantage to a certain color?
No.
Someone is infected?
I am.
Yes. All right.
We have robotics knowledge nearby. We have chemistry knowledge nearby. You need to move Luna onto that node.
First, yeah.
She moves. Boop. And we're all there.
Well, the salient thing is that Jimbo and I are there.
But I think it's also part of it was that everyone had to be there.
No.
Oh.
No, you need an infected host,
Gotcha.
and you need the relevant knowledge. It just so happens that based on the timing, I wasn't able to do the last action because I ran out of dice.
And we needed Luna to come in.
And we need the Luna to
Come and monitor the
here.
trials anyway.
Yeah, and moving Luna faster is with the workshop, which none of us
Yes.
can build quite yet.
All right. And this ticks down to 1. Boom.
Okay. So, you are performing upsetting analysis. We only proceed to the next page when we remove the die, so at the end of your turn.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So we
finish your
can we
turn.
pay these 3?
Yep.
I'll spend 1 more to increase my.
By 2, because Luna's there. You can use my ability to do it.
Sweet. Goes up again.
Thanks, Mark. You're welcome, Walker.
Thanks, Mark. Do we want another? I'm assuming that there can only be one opportunity per space. Is that correct?
Oh, sorry. Yes, because we're supposed to put little explored markers whenever we ping these things. Yes.
Gotcha. So I can't.
So once it's been explored, you can't. Once it's been investigated, you can't investigate
I'll
again.
put the rest. This is rest then. And
Time advances.
We need to stay there.
Well, I mean, you can support Mark now that we don't need... Oh, no, you need to be infected until the end of the turn.
No, this was the requirement for the action.
Oh, okay.
And then when we...
I'll put the green there instead.
Okay.
Put the blue here. It was a 1. Gets me the red.
And an engineering breakthrough, and somebody else gets an insight as well.
Who's the lowest?
I am.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
And that is...
So what's your engineering?
It is...
Perform augmented yank. Gather up to 2 materials from this node and or adjacent nodes into the stockpile.
Neat. Gives you 6 power.
Yeah.
Power. Power
Breakthrough.
makes it go.
And you can charge power anywhere. You want to scan with Luna?
I will scan with Luna.
Blue or green? Blue gets us insight, green
we
gets
have
us
no
prolescent slurry.
green. Well, we will have none of anything. Let's get some more blue.
Okay.
2 blue.
All right. Take your dice back, and in the process of taking your dice back, you perform the upsetting analysis. Toxicity levels. Hazardous. Turns out we were right to not to want to know. It's very upsetting. Also, turns out we were right to find out anyway. It's only getting worse. We figured out a way to whip up a quick antibiotic, but it's stopgap at best. Add the yellow circle trigger tokens to the 2nd and 5th spaces on the timeline. Walker, the yellow circle tokens will be found. They are circular tokens at the very bottom.
I know what you mean, yep.
When the time marker reaches one of these triggers, the crew must either consume 3 materials or lose 4 focus. We need 2 of them.
2 yellows?
Yeah.
They must be double-sided then. There they are.
Fortunately, this has happened at just the right time.
Yes.
Yes. 3 materials or lose 4 focus.
So we're going to need materials.
Our new objective, fumigate the filth. Let's stop messing around and get serious, shall we? We must construct the workshop and fumigate ourselves, either consuming a discovery with the rare polymers property or using 5 power. The entire crew must be present at the workshop with 2 engineering comprehension.
Ugh. That's not great.
It's not ideal. Fortunately, we might get rare polymers from the viscous egg. We don't know. I mean, the egg could be made out of polymers. I've never seen inside one. And Walker has an engineering breakthrough, and one of us needs to get an engineering breakthrough.
Unfortunately, neither of us are on orange, but
Unfortunately, neither of us are on orange. And Walker
Such
gets a set
is
with the wrong track, Walker.
life.
There you go.
All right.
And with Data and Luna there, we can start getting wild quantities of insight.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes? But we also need materials in order to forestall the...
And we need power to do...
we need all...
Oh,
well,
no,
either rare polymers or 5 power.
Okay. All right, so we can... All right.
So Walker should probably build the workshop at some point.
Yar. So I'm thinking...
Oh, and Walker can yank. Ooh.
My first action is I'm going to use Tendril Portal to obtain an egg.
That gives you 2 insight. Very good job. And you get an anomaly connected with the viscous egg.
I have gotten Vacuum Up Fine Particles. I can discard it. All explorers within one node get
Lose
rid
an
of infection.
Okay, unfortunately it is powdery. Not. Turns out that the inside of eggs are powdery.
Of course they are. Totally makes sense.
Strictly speaking, this deck should be off. It's all good.
Oh, is that where the active ones go?
Yeah, okay, kind of. It's in.
So, I mean, I could do this now
Mm-hmm.
and clear you of your infection.
Eh?
Or, it would probably just be better to support.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, That way we don't get any of the trust benefits.
Yeah, so I think, so I'm going to support. I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of using Artificer so that I can get this for free. Just get 2 insight, and that'll punt me around,
Sure.
and I can start moving up engineering by ingesting a pearlescent slurry. Oh no, sorry, by just using
Theorize. Your version of Theorize.
Yeah. That would leave me this to be able to, yeah, I think that makes sense.
Now, you just to be wild, you could charge some power. Walker could use his enhanced yank, and that could let him hoover up some data and/or materials from nearby. Does it work on data, Walker?
This?
Yeah, yank.
Yes. Perform augmented yank. Gather up 2 materials from this node
Okay, it does not work.
and or adjacent nodes into the stockpile.
It does not work on data. My apologies.
Yeah, so it's just materials. Yeah, but we do need materials.
We do need materials.
Alternatively,
Uh-huh.
I could have swapped these, hoover up the data that's on this space so that Luna can then unearth materials on this space.
She can still unearth materials there. You just can't scan for stuff that's already there.
Ah, okay, all right. So I'm thinking then I'm going to charge power, just in case.
Yep.
Um,
It ticks down.
Yep, it was at 3. And then, then I'm going to theorize. So I'm going to get 2 insight. So 1, 2.
I know for sure they don't start here and then you have to move further down to get the next ones.
Positive.
Okay.
So my new robotics insight is deploy mechanized puff.
Okay.
For 1 data, we can remove a spore cloud from Luna's node.
Oh, great.
Um,
Oh, now I miss getting rid of the frogs. I miss those frogs.
They're kind of loud.
I think one of them was trying to give me stock tips.
Could have been.
Although I don't know why he sounded like my mother.
Then Luna's going to scan this node for 3 materials.
And you can yank some of it for 1 power. Well, Walker can.
Yeah. I can move, and Luna can move. But if I move, then that kicks up a spore cloud.
Correct.
And we don't currently have any data to get rid of a spore cloud that I would kick out.
That is also
So
correct.
I think I am not going to move.
Okay.
Do we want Luna to move, or do we want her to stay here so people can...
This is a pretty good place for her. I mean...
Yeah. I think that...
Especially since our next need is going to be connected to a workshop, which we suspect is going to be built over here. So I think we're kind of in a good place.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, you have to rest.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Well. So this revealed new information.
Yeah.
So this you can't redo. That
you can do, yeah.
So it's the charging power. Instead of that, you rested.
Yeah.
Time
Which is
advances.
too bad because it was already unfortunate. I forgot about resting. I got to do that first. Okay. And I am done.
Okay. All right. Can't investigate. So mostly we're just getting stuff. And I would like to spread some insight around. All right. I will theorize. And I will get an insight. And so will... I'm the only one without... No, Jimbo can get engineering knowledge. Jimbo, get 1 insight. Then what I would like to do is... I will gather up some materials. Only 2 of them.
Was it a 2 or 1?
It was a 2.
Okay.
And then I will rest with red. Time advances, and Walker, you can pick up a die.
Oh. What do we have to have done by the end of my turn?
We need to have 3 materials.
By the time you rest, not by the end of your turn. Which,
Okay.
if you charge some power and yank, we will be
Yeah.
able to do it.
Are you completed?
I get to move Luna and do some stuff. She's happy where she is and she can't scan. So, well, actually, no. There's no reason for her not to move over here and actually move down here and scan for some materials because you can move her back on your turn. So 3 materials show up there.
Woo!
And that is my turn.
All right. Charge power. And because it's a 3, I get 3 power, right?
No.
Plus the 1.
No.
All right.
Stop.
Oh, and then thank
Stop.
you.
You're bad.
Then I don't even have to do an action for that. I use
Correct.
1 power, and I'll grab these 2 materials.
Yank.
Actually,
If one of the... Yeah, I grab
let's
one from
clear
each.
this. That
Yeah,
way we can
exactly.
roll again.
Precisely.
And
He
then
gets it. He's an it getter.
we're going to rest this one, and it clicks up. And
Time
then-
advances. We have to spend 3 materials or take down 4.
And then with this blue one, we're going to pick up this data.
This toxicity is killing us.
Then we
The
are
toxicity of our city.
going to move.
I don't see any cities. There's one research hut that we're huddling in.
Did this tick down?
Yes, it did. We are going to move her here and roll.
I would suggest that we deploy her encyclopedic evaluation to spew wisdom at Jimbo.
We will spew wisdom at Jimbo.
So that costs 1 data.
I think it's 2 insight. Now we can spend the last data because of the research hut to give him the last one he needs, and then on his turn he can traverse and then build, but then not actually do the final fumigate. But I need to be there anyway, so I can do it on my turn.
Well, we all need to be there. That was one.
I know, but traverse you can drag somebody.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, all of these can be done at any time, so it's not.
But I need to be there.
Don't worry, we can traverse. When we traverse,
Oh,
we
is that
drag
everybody?
people.
I thought I said drag 1. You can drag us all. Okay.
No, we can drag 1, but we all need to be there. I can get there. It's all fine.
All right.
So yeah, if you want to spend that last data at the research hut there, Walker, that would get me an insight.
Well, you can do it on your turn. There's no.
Will
Or
do.
okay. Um,
I'm surrounded by geniuses. I'm the only dum-dum. I'm the one who found the Wikipedia function in Luna. That's all I've been able to do.
I'm not that smart either.
do you want the good news or the bad news?
What's the word?
So the good news is that a local explorer will get 2 ups. The bad news is by applying a cerebral cortex shock.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I am completed.
All right.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, so I don't forget, is rest.
Okay. Time advances.
Then I'm going to need to traverse and drag people with me. So that leaves me the green one. We can. I could. use
You
that
can also
to-
build the. I can't do it cheaply, so the last die should be used to build the
the
workshop.
workshop. Right. Okay. So, and what have we got? We've got power, and we've got materials, but we are going to need those materials again shortly.
Well, we don't know. This is going to get covered up.
Oh, all right then. So then in that case, so yeah, I will traverse, which ticks this down.
Jimbo
by
has rare
1.
polymers.
I get.
No, we're going to need 5 power to do it.
Okay.
Crap, yeah. Actually, Jimbo. Yeah, Walker reminded us we either need rare polymers or 5 power. So if you could charge a couple power instead, and I can charge a couple power, and you're a horse and I'm a horse,
True.
because we don't need the insight as badly right now.
Right.
You're gonna get an insight anyway from traversing over there. Oh, you're not gonna have enough dice to build the thing. Okay, well, I guess I'll just have to burn the time.
Well, you could both make power, and I could build the thing, because if that saves us time, like we're gonna have to do a full.
No, because if you traverse and drag one of us, it's either whether we do it on my turn with an extra time or Walker's turn without the extra time, which basically shakes out to the same thing because every turn's a time anyway.
So I'm good then.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So then. So I can do this with anything.
Yes, but you do need to end your turn here.
Okay. So free move.
Kicks up a spore cloud,
Picks up Spore Cloud.
and you get an insight.
I get an insight, and then Artificer. I will deploy the mechanized puff. And then Luna. Does Luna need to be here?
No, we can do this on ourselves.
Okay. Do we want Luna to move away? It means we won't have encyclopedic evaluation.
Well, she might as well end up where we're all going to be,
Okay.
or something.
So she'll putter on over here, and then she'll look for data.
She
no, there's
can't-
already data.
so she can look. She can look for something here.
Yeah, before she goes, she'll look for materials.
Good idea.
Cool. And that is it for me.
Okay. I will. Right. I am going to traverse. I get an insight. I will drag Walker with me.
Hooray!
So that means
We kick up a spore
Yeah.
cloud at the research hut. I am going to rest, which causes time to advance, and another explorer gets Jimbo. Tick up a die, please. My relentless drive motivates others in times of struggle.
I'm adept at finding creative solutions.
I will have to do the mission.
Yes. And oh no, right. I needed to charge 2 power.
There we go.
So I don't get the insight. That's fine. I still traverse, and I traverse with this green die, and that's it. That's my turn.
Yeah, you still got the insight for crossing over anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Does Luna just putters?
Might as well. Let's see.
She doesn't have to be there, so she can go one up and get us
Scan for data.
some data.
Sure. Good point. 2. All right, Walker. So you can build the building.
Oh, and we were all supposed to lose a.
Oh yeah, sorry. Time advance. We all lost a
Everyone
stamina.
loses
Yeah,
stamina.
yeah.
Or endurance, rather.
We're losing it.
All right, it doesn't matter what die I put there. So first
Correct.
of all, what happens if time advances? Are we done? with those?
Don't rest first,
Okay.
because this will be covered
Once you do the
once you
next
do
action.
this.
All right, gotcha. And
Oh no, I'm sorry. Either way, it's at the end of the turn. Sorry, this is going to happen. It works the same way as the last one does. We only flip the card once.
Well,
the
so
die
then, but so if Walker's, oh yeah, no, we don't have the rare.
we're gonna suffer the tick down. 'Cause-
Well, I'm just thinking because Walker could charge.
Card charge more
no,
power.
because Walker needs to build the building and do this.
Yeah, with these two. Oh, then
You have to rest. You have every turn. You have 2 actions with your dice.
All right.
Unfortunately, in this case they're set.
Oh, I can't rest first. All right.
It makes no difference.
That makes no difference.
In
All
fact,
right.
actually, resting first might be better.
Okay. Time advances.
Rest.
We must either spend 3 materials or tick down 4 dice.
So there's 2 dice.
I have the worst dice. I'll tick down 1.
3, 4. I can tick down.
Okay.
3, 4. All right. There we go. Then building the building. I might as well use this die. And then this die goes over here.
And
Then-
they both tick down.
Oof.
I'll have taken one of the hits.
So do you want your green or your red to be?
Put the red up, please. Then I can't move. I can move her back though, because that's what we sort of wanted for whatever reason. Or do we want to go over here?
And we spent 5 power.
Spend 5 power. All right, that's it.
Okay. Take your dice back.
My poor dice.
Toxicity levels critical. Typically, when one fumigates themselves, they expect results, or we should say good news type results. What we got instead was bad news type mutating toxins that are harder to treat and memories of this experience that will make many years to properly repress. When the time marker reaches one of the yellow triggers, the crew must either consume 3 materials or lose 4 focus.
So that was happening anyway.
New plan. We're going to develop the nastiest, meanest antitoxin inhalant we possibly can in the shortest amount of time possible. And then we're going to flee this death swamp and hope for the best. We gain trust.
Woo!
So flip your abilities.
Now we're calling it a death swamp.
That is pretty much it. Develop nastiest, meanest inhalants. We need to construct the lab. The green building. Which we can with chemistry knowledge. The final step will then require 1 explorer at the research hut and another at the lab at the same time, with the proper resources and comprehension. Either can have the honors of pushing the button. All right, we're going to need 2 data and 2 materials. At the research hut has to be an explorer and a total of chemistry and engineering knowledge.
Okay, so I can do that,
At the lab, we need robotics and engineering knowledge.
or I can do that.
Well, or Walker and I could do that collectively. So
So I need to be at the lab.
you need to be at the research hut,
Okay.
and Walker and I need to be at the lab.
Okay.
But you need to build the lab. Ideally, you should build the lab, but any of us could build the lab in Extremis.
Right.
Actually, I can do it on my... the resources will be the problem, actually. So...
Yeah, resources are going to be a huge problem in general.
Yes, well... But
Okay.
if you end your turn at the research hut, I think either by my turn or Walker's turn, we'll be able to do the rest of it.
Okay.
Although the data will probably be the problem.
Yeah, data's going to be a bit of an issue. And you guys need me to build the laboratory.
No. That
Okay,
would,
because you're almost there.
besides, it would take too much time for you to go there, build the lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're all going to be in position next turn, or could I spend a turn gathering materials and trying to buff people's dice because we're in rough shape?
All that we need, I think, all that we need from you in terms of victory conditions is just use your move to end up here. As far as your dice are concerned, I think it's weapons free. I
Okay.
think if I'm figuring the timing properly.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to charge power. I'm going to
There's no data to be had. Oh yeah, there's
pick
one
up
high.
data. I am going to apply a cerebral cortex shock to you.
Okay, thank you.
So you get 2 ups.
I too. Then you have to rest. Well, not then, but you do have to rest.
I am going to move. I kick up a dust cloud. I then spend a data to deploy the mechanized puff
Well,
to get rid of the dust
we're
cloud.
gonna need 2 data to do this.
Yes, but she can now look for data at the end of my turn.
That's true.
Because there's no more
Okay,
data
sure.
in there.
Good point. Good point.
Then I'm going to rest. So time goes up by 1. Then Luna's going to scan here for 2 data.
Excellent.
And then Luna's going to move here so that more data can be scanned.
Sure.
Or actually, might as well come here so that more data can be scanned.
Sure.
And that is it for me.
Okay. All right, Walker.
Yes, sir.
Would you be willing to execute a grab?
I did charge a power.
A grab.
Yeah, use your breakthrough to gather the materials we need.
I can do that at any time?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
use scientific breakthrough as
So-
a free action. At any time on anyone's
Oh,
turn.
that's right. Sure. I can grab this one
Yep, and probably this one.
and this one.
Do you just want to grab these 2?
Well, we're going to be there.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going up here.
Why would we go to the place that causes time to advance?
Solid call.
Oh,
Solid
that's
call.
right. We can do free actions at any time, even
Yeah.
if it's
Yes.
not our turn.
All right, I'm going to traverse, dragging Walker with me. I assume you don't mind, Walker?
I do not. If we do have the workshop too. Remember, we can move Luna now with power as well.
Yes.
Crazy.
Do you want to pick up the data before you go?
Oh yeah, I did. That was the plan. But fortunately, I have the die to do it. No, from the map.
True. I was.
And put the die there, please. And then finally, I will rest. And that causes time to advance.
Mhm.
And that's my turn. Unfortunately, Walker, once again, your turn is kind of set out before it. Oh, right, I can scan with Luna. Let's get more...
Oh, why are we gonna? Oh
Data.
no, we can't complete that this turn.
Yes, we can.
Oh, I'm gonna build and no, because oh yeah.
You're going to build and ping.
Sorry, Walker.
I mean, sorry, but I'm the leader.
The bad news is it's going to cost us time.
I know. There's no way. There's no way. The alternative was to have you go all the way over here and then go all the way back here.
Yeah, fair.
Time, please.
Time indeed. So we can't spend the materials because we need them.
Yep, that's right.
So I can take one easily.
I can take one easily.
I'll take another one.
Okay, I'll take a second one then.
Okay.
Then we need
Any die
any die.
to develop inhalants. All right. So
Does it happen immediately or after I rest?
when it is removed from
When it's
like
removed.
all the others. Okay, so Jimbo is at the lab. Jimbo knows chemistry and engineering.
Yep.
Collectively, Walker and I are almost as smart as a Jimbo, in that we have robotics and engineering, and we're the research hut, and we're at the lab, and we spend 2 data and 2 materials to develop the inhalants. Good job, gentlemen.
And then I
Rest.
one time.
Time advances. Here's your die back.
Oof.
Yes, your poor dice.
Spored out of our minds. The outlook seems good. Preliminary treatments seem to be causing the infection to subside, and all the unexpected side effects are mostly hilarious. Trust ticks up, so we get 2.
Side effects are hilarious. Mostly.
Yes, so trust ticks. We get additional trust, and so we get 2 dice ticking up. Probably just timing indicates one for one for.
Yeah,
each
I'll
of us.
take one and you take one, and then I'm going to give Walker a cerebral shock.
Sounds good.
To get his cortex back up.
Now, in order to survive, we all need to get back to the scarab.
Oh. Okay then. All right. So at the start of my turn, trust goes down.
Yes, it does. Yeah, they're all the same. So you just cover up.
And so we go back to the...
Yes.
Unfortunately, so if I were to cerebral shock Walker,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to go back because it's got to be local.
Oh, okay.
So unfortunately, Walker might not be getting cerebral shocked.
That's fine.
Yeah, apparently that's fine.
I apologize. I had plans to cerebrally shock you.
Well, I think this is one of those another situation where you should end your turn where in the scarab, because I think
that's my thought. I mean,
it's not going to be pretty, but Walker and I can get there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I'm going to rest my blue die, so we gain a time, so everybody loses an endurance. I'm going to cerebrally shock myself. Yeah.
With what power? Oh, yeah, you're using an artificer.
Using my artificer. Then I'm going to pick up this. Then I move. Then I deploy the mechanized puff. Get that out of your guys' way.
Thank you.
Then Luna will move and will scan for data. And maybe you guys can figure out how to deploy her mechanized puff to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll just get right past it. 3 data, please.
One of us will. Good job.
And that was my turn.
Okay. So it'd be nice to have materials for a variety of reasons.
Well, if you get us a power, I can get us some material.
Well, alternatively, I can just gather a couple materials.
True.
Because it makes more sense for me to use the red die to traverse, dragging Walker with me. I assume that's okay.
Yep.
Kicking up a spore cloud on the way. And then I'm going to use my movement and move over here, which gives me a chemistry breakthrough.
Woo!
I am now 2/3 as smart as Jimbo. The chemistry.
Oh,
not
chemistry.
engineering. Apparently, he's not as smart as I thought. Swallow unsavory glop. A local explorer can consume materials to lose an infection.
Oh.
Well, we need the. We don't need the 3 materials anymore. These time.
You could just toss that back and get rid of your infection.
Yeah, actually, I'm fine with the infection, to be frank. It's not doing any harm at the moment. Strange to say. Wait, where was I? Right. Well, we can use... Oh, I have to rest. That causes time to advance.
But those don't matter anymore.
Those don't matter anymore. Walker, tick something up.
I like ticking things up. What happens if you need to tick a die down and you can't?
We lose time.
Okay.
And then I'll use... are you okay with deploying a mechanized puff?
We don't have any data. Oh, we do have data.
We do
Yes,
have data.
absolutely. Let's deploy a mechanized puff.
Hooray, no infection for me.
Then I get my dice back. Walker, you're up.
Once again.
You hand me the... Now, Walker, remember, you can use materials to tick your dice up by virtue of our having constructed the lab.
Oh, we don't have to be at the lab.
No.
Oh, that's handy.
The buildings can be activated wherever. Oh, and during my turn, I move Luna over here. Because Luna has to get to the scarab, too. We're not leaving.
Green
We can't leave behind.
tick up the red.
Did you want her to scan?
I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter, but sure, fine.
Green, yeah.
2 green.
Can I move?
You get an insight, and you kick up the spore cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I traverse. Insight.
Yep. That ticks down.
Ticks down.
You get another insight for crossing the
And we move.
boundary.
But you get another insight roll.
Another insight.
And unfortunately, we don't have any power to move Luna in extra space. But he can now move.
No, I moved her there on my turn. He still gets his free move.
Huh, right.
And then I move Luna.
All right, gentlemen, we are out of here.
I am vacuuming up fine particles so that Mark and I lose our infected status.
Oh,
before
good
we
idea.
Cool. Just in case, just in case.
So long!
This planet's the worst.
And we have survived Winora.
Yay!
Good job, gentlemen.
Is there a post-mission briefing or anything like that?
We survive. For now.
Oh. Is he ready to have that big cry?
Is that big cry still on the table?
Unfortunately, the liquid from the tears activated some spores. We still had our skin.
No!
And it was all bad news.
So these are all
Planet specific.
planet specific. That's very cool.
Yes. The only cards that are not planet specific are an empty set. All the cards are planet specific.
Except for these. There are...
Well, those tiles are not
tiles
planet
are.
specific. But the cards all are, and there are 3 possible missions per planet. This was the second.
Oh, so we are coming back to Winora.
Well, we don't know. Strictly speaking, it's not a campaign game. These are just different episodes that occur.
I just because I was going to look and see what we didn't find, but if we're possibly coming back to Winora, then
I mean, you can play different planets. You can play the same planet over. It's.
Well, we know somewhere that there are rare
Polymers, yes.
for sure.
But that's the. Do we want to see what some of these might have been?
The hallucinations. I mean,
Yeah.
look over whatever you want. Spoilers.
There's another fungal host. No, that's if you possess.
If you possess fungal host,
We
things
found the
happen, yeah.
fungal host one anyway. There's... Oh no, that's one entering. Or was rare polymers one of the...
Rare polymers is over here. Additionally.
It's if you possess it.
Yeah, when you
How do
when you
do
enter.
possess it. It's going to be one
It's
of
either an anomaly or
it's one of those.
huh?
Those far ones.
The opportunities.
Yeah,
Either one. Yes, but these opportunities tend to give you anomalies.
gotcha.
So I would imagine it's one of those.
Yeah. Another fungal host. Lots of fungal hosts. Here we go. 4 rare polymers. Hopefully these weren't supposed to be shuffled or anything.
They were shuffled, weren't they?
Well, not according to the way they looked. There's like that was the top was going to be 4 rare polymers in a row.
I did shovel that day.
So that was Unsettled, everyone. Now we will raid because that's what people do. We were successful, which is great.
Yeah, we had a lot of time left over, too. I think it's partially because we found all these great building locations.
Oh yeah, so were we just more building?
Some people clearly are not possessed with the thrill of discovery.
Ah, so yeah, we were lucky by finding a whole bunch of building sites. We picked
And we could go between them without wasting time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah, it was a fortuitous setup.
I quite like this. I think it's a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I think probably for your average heavier gamer, this would be something that gets played a bunch and then falls victim to churn.
Sure.
But I quite like it. I think it's very cool.
I'm curious. So I've now played 2 different games on Winora. They felt awfully similar.
That's too bad.
I'm vaguely curious about other planets as well. I'm mildly curious about what the 3rd mission in Winora is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more curious about what the other planets
other
feel
planets are like?
Yeah.
Walker, can I have your breakthrough there? Yes, that. Thank you.
All right.
But this comes pre-set up is just... Yeah. And we never did use the soothing robotic voice.
Let's
It
see.
takes so much time.
They
Or so
allow-
much dice.
Yeah, it was
and our dice
expensive
were
stuff.
hurting by the end.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah, we were. Oh, anomalies.
Do they allow raids? Let's find out. Do they allow?
My character with shades doesn't actually wear normal shades. They're like strap-on shades. Like the... Because there's no...
Oh, sure.
Man, and these encounter suits are worthless.
They do
How
allow
much
raids.
money did they put into these things? They don't protect us from anything.
All right, so we are here every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We played Unsettled. Next week, who knows? We are here also other mornings, just never on
Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Peace! Thank you for watching. See you next time.